Hi everyone, this is Installment 1 in the Software Behind Desktop Publishing video tutorials. In this particular video, we're going to be going over creating a document. It's fairly simple, and in the InDesign process, there's a couple different ways that you can get started, and we're going to look at those in this video. So go ahead and pull up InDesign. I have it up already. Typically, when you pull up InDesign, unless you have already disabled this box, you will get this pop-up right here. That's just basically your starting point for any new project you're going to be beginning. It's your setup page that you can link into to begin your documents that you're going to create, or your books, for example. So you can pop up new ones here. You can also, as you can see, you can open items that you have recently been working on, which is a nice quick little pop-in to anything that you've been working on recently. So from this pop-up box, how we're going to create a new document is we're just going to go ahead to under create new, we're going to hit document, and it's going to pull up this second pop-up box here. Now this pop-up box is basically where you put in all your grid lines and your guidelines, so what you want the bones of your document to be like. For this particular example, we're just going to be creating a basic 8.5 by 11 inch page for print. You can see here under intent, you can change what you want basically your document to be used for, which is nice. It's a nice little thing. It will change resolutions and just basically the overall look of the document so that it works best for what you're trying to use it for. We're just going to do print, just basic. Okay, I'm going to change this. I only need one page. I'm going to turn facing pages off just because I really don't need that for this example. So I already have an 8.5 by 11 page set up here. And notice how my pages are in inches. When I first got InDesign, it was not like this, and yours might be different as well. They might be in picas, which is just a basic graphic design measurement tool. You can change that easily. You can just type in IN for inches at the end, and it will just convert over basically your entire measurement to inches if you had picas or centimeters or anything in there. If you put in the basic ending, it'll just convert it without having to do any major switching, which is nice. So I'm not going to have any columns on this page, so my gutter is not going to be of importance. If I was to add a few columns, then the gutter is going to be your space in between those columns. But as I only have one column, and there would be no gutter, so that's really irrelevant in this tutorial. But keep that in mind if you're working with columns. As for my margins, I typically always work with a 0.5 inch margin. It's just a basic measurement to go by, nice and easy. I like to, this little button here is to make all of your settings in the margins basically the same. It locks those. So if I was to change my one here to 0.25 inches, when I click off of there into maybe another box, you see all of them have changed to the 0.25. You can change that easily and just change one by unclicking that. So now if I was to go change this one back to 0.5, you see now only that one has changed. So that's a nice little quick tool. I typically always have that on. So we'll just sync them all back to 0.5 inches for their margins. Your bleed and your slug are more for doing print projects that you know you're going to want to basically print the color throughout the entire page, running off the edges basically. You don't want any of that white space around. I typically, in my documents, always have a bleed on just in case, so that if I ever did want to go and print anything that I'm just making for fun, or anything that I'm making, I can always just, it's there, it's built in, and it's ready to go. I don't have to go back in and do any major changes into my document. So I typically will just have a minimal bleed on there, just to reference by. So that's how a document can be set up in here, based off of this first pop-up box here. Another great thing that you can do is you can save these presets. So if you created this document and you happen to use this document quite a bit, you can save that preset so that when you come in here to start a new document, it'll be saved here. And you can see I've got a few on here that I have made and I use frequently, and so it's just a nice quick little thing. So you can see I already have this one in here. So if I was just click on that, all of my presets from that will come in here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and my document is going to be loading now, and it's going to pop up new document. And you can see here the purpley pink lines are your margins along here, and then this red is that bleed that we had talked about, to where the colors and the shapes will run off of the page basically. Okay, so the second way, I'm just going to close that down. The second way you can open a new document is by going to File. I'm just going to close this so that's easier for you to see. You can go to File, New, and then of course you have all of those same options again: Document, Book, Folio, and Library. If you go ahead and hit Document, it's going to pull up the new document pop-up again, and you're able to go back through and change all of those things once again and create another document. So that's the basics on how to create a document in Adobe InDesign, and I hope it has helped you, and I'll see you on the next installment.